What's going on, melon farmers? D-Mac back with year 3 of the Sault Ste. Marie Snow expansion franchise mode for NHL 22. If you haven't already, scroll down, hit that like button. And this one, after a horrendously disappointing flippin' season where the Sault Ste. Marie Snow went 32, 37, and 13, and where Geno Malkin was our number one scorer with only 56 points. It is time to make a big change with this franchise, you know? We signed Marc-Andre Fleury and Geno Malkin both to sign and trade deals. So what we're going to do is get to the NHL entry draft. We are going to straight up Arizona Coyotes it. And we are going to try and get as many really high draft picks as we can. We've already got Trotter, our boy. I'm pretty happy about that. Central Scout rankings, we did make Mr. D to the flippin' Mac, who is high elite and is a two-way forward, two-way center, I should say. So we are going to go for him. I was thinking about getting Cameron Fye. He's just an absolute monster. And then there's Rylan Austin, but he's 1 year out, high top 6, but he's 1 year out. So I'm kind of thinking we have, the number 6 pick. Yeah, we got the number 6 pick at the draft. I'm thinking about trading next year's first round pick plus Geno Malkin and potentially Marc-Andre Fleury to get the number 1 pick. And I'm thinking about trading someone else away who has a little bit of value to move up and get the number 3 pick. I know Connor Bedard has franchise potential, but Connor Bedard is not the guy I'm interested in. I am interested in D to the Mac and Cameron Fye. Those are the two guys. An elite two-way defender and a high elite two-way forward. Those are the guys that I am interested in. So we're going to take a look at player retirement really quick. We got Paul Stastny, Louis Eriksson, Kyle Okposo, 2 games before 1,000. Somebody signed this guy to a 2-game contract. Oh, that's criminal. Kyle Okposo at 35 years old with 998 games played. Ryan Kessler finally hangs up those skates. Franz Nielsen, Brent Seabrook, Siebes finally calling her a day, Brandon Dubinsky, Blake Como, Carl Soderberg, Jack Johnson. We got Andre Sekera. Who do we got in net? In net, Kari Ramo and Leland Irving. Kari Ramo was he was a Calgary Flame for a while, right? Tampa Bay Lightning draft pick. I swear to God, he was years and years ago he played for the Calgary Flames. I swear to God. Anyway, okay. So we are moving forward. Paul Stastny is now a coach. There you go. Andre Sekera, Brad Richardson, and Brent Seabrook are all scouts. So that, I think, again, I'm going to skip the draft interviews. I think what we might do this year before I enter the draft, I do want to look at our coaching staff. I feel like some of them might be done, right? Yeah, he's gone. 70%. He's great chemistry for this for this coach. Jonas Baribal was our coach. He's a physical style generalist coach. I think we want to go all offense. Maybe go like offense and then for the associate defense, assistant generalist, and then a good old-fashioned goalies coach. He's got no influence. That is his big problem, right? In the AHL, we'll figure something out. We only have $4.8 million to play with. You know what I mean? So it's tough, right? Oh, man. But what we are going to do is get through the draft. We're going to figure out who we want to keep on this team, who we want to get rid of on this team, and whatnot. And then as soon as free agency starts, we're going to pick up a bunch of players. It doesn't necessarily matter where they fit. We're just going to pick up players. Then we're going to find a coach that fits the players that we get. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Let's enter the NHL entry draft where we have got to trade with the Detroit Red Wings to get their first overall pick. So what we're going to do is we're going to give them next year's first round pick, which for some reason has like no value whatsoever. And then we are going to give them Geno Malkin and see if that works. It absolutely did not. So what we're also going to do is we are going to give them Marc-Andre Fleury. That is a lot of money to give to another team, and let's hope it works. Trade rejected. We're going to have to give them something else. What else do we have? I would be willing to give you guys a second-round pick as well next year. What are we going to have to do here? I think we're going to have to give them somebody of value, right? So we've got Mikhail Sergachev, we got Tomas Hertl, we got Hampus Lindholm, Pierre-Luc Dubois. I don't necessarily want to give you guys Huttunen. Who would I be willing to give up? I would be willing to give you guys PLD, but you guys are way over the salary cap, so I don't think we can really do that. Does anyone else have, like, good... It might have to be, like, Huttunen. Tomi Huttunen was a 4th-round pick. That is the crappy thing about it. And then I'm probably going to have to add another sweetener. I don't want to lose this pick, man. But I do not want to give up that number 6 pick either. Trade rejected. Oh, no. I think I'm going to have to give up the 6th pick at the draft this year, but that means I'm keeping Malkin. All right, what do we got? Trade rejected. No, I don't want to throw Malkin in, too. I wanted to get both those players. Is it going to work? Rejected. I don't know that they're going to do it. I might have to give them another 1st-round pick to get this done. I might have to go shopping for firsts pretty soon. What do we got? Rejected. Oh, no. Am I going to have to give you guys like 3 years worth of 1st-round draft picks? Oh, no. This is terrible. Trade rejected. They're just not going to give it up. I don't have anything that could possibly make them give up that pick. But I could go to Calgary and I could pick up Connor Bedard. I could go for picks 2 and 3. It sucks I'm not going to get D to the Mac. But I think what we are going to do is still, rather than give up our 6th overall pick here, I think I would still rather give up a 1st-round pick. They're over the salary cap. Fine, I will retain on him. I'm running out of time here, even though this is all moot because his freaking contract expires in half a millisecond. There, now it's good. I'll retain $2.5 million and trade rejected. Okay, I'm going to have to add a sweetener in here. We are like so out of time. I got to try and go for Marc-Andre Fleury. No, that just didn't work. Okay, straight up. I want the number 2 pick and I want the number 3 pick. That's the thing, right? So what if I gave you a 2nd-round pick this year with Malkin? I got to retain a whole bunch of salary on Malkin. Man. Ow. This is getting like hella frustrating right now, man. So I'd have to retain 3.3. And I'm sure they wouldn't do it. Rejected. Yeah, I'm going to have to add like a hella sweetener here. I will add that. What is happening? God, I hate this game. That 1st-round pick. Oh my God, it decided to show up. Let's go. Rejected. It's not going to work. So now I got to give them... Is there any other prospects you guys want? Not really, eh? But I will give you Huttunen. He's not signed. He has medium top 6 potential. Jesus. And they still don't want it. Oh my God, man. All right, I'm going to give you like a way down the line 1st-round pick. 2028 1st-round pick. So this, like, Steve Dangle could make a trade tree out of this one, man. Trade accepted. Jesus. Okay, so call timeout. That was like a nightmare and a half. So I do want to look at D-Max. I want to look at his attributes. So look at that. Good puck skills. Great. His poise went up. That's not how I made him. Decent shooter. Good defensively. Good offensively. His skating leaves a bit to be desired. Physical leaves a bit to be desired. He's exceptional at intercepting pucks. Great skater with the puck. Great peripheral passer. Yeah. I made him kind of a beauty. I know it. Now we are going to go for the number 3 pick from the Ottawa Senators. So what we're going to have to do is give up. You know, the funny thing is, I still don't want to give up that number 6 pick. So what if I gave you a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th? And Marc-Andre Fleury. There, what about this? Oh my God. I'll give you everything we have other than a 6th and a 7th, but I want to get back into the I want to get the number 3 picks. We'd have picks number 2, 3, and 6. Trade rejected. Yeah, there's no way that'd go through. I'll take out the, well, man. I'll take out the fourth and the fifth, so I'll leave myself like some picks, you know what I mean? Marc-Andre Fleury, and I wonder if this would go through. It's getting pretty lopsided, but I just want to build, there we go. I want to build our own team from our own prospects. So we got the number 2 pick, the number 3 pick, and the number 6 pick at this draft. So I think we pretty much can't lose, right? So I'm going to view draft class really quick where we are, okay, we're going to take Connor Bedard. And I'm going to get Cameron Fye, be a brilliant elite defenseman. We're going to have our franchise center. And honestly, I might go for Khalil Corey instead. Another centerman who is likely a two-way center. What DMAC is, just not high elite. It'll be medium elite instead. Or we could go for someone like Braden Yager. No, not going to happen, even though he's the number 8 pick. He's still elite potential. So here we go. So what did I say I was going for? I got the number 6 pick. Sorry, I kind of like spaced out for a second there. So I got the number 2 pick, Connor Bedard, Cameron Fye. Oh, and I wanted to go for freaking Khalil Corey. Yeah, so I'm going to have to move up again. I don't know what I'm going to have to like give to you people here. Damn, I really want that number 5 pick. But there's just, I'm not willing to move anything to get it. You know what I mean? So you know what? Number 2, number 3, and number 6. For number 6, I might honestly go for that medium elite guy down here. I might go for Braden Yager. He's a year out, you know? Or I could potentially go for Gene Finger. He's 1 year out. It says medium top 6. I don't know. It's a toss-up of whether I want to go for Rylan Austin or I want to go for Braden Yager. I think I'll go for Rylan Austin instead. What's Rocky Chung? He has 108 points. But he's a wild card. That's the problem with him. He's a wild card. There's no info on him. So I'm going to go for Connor Bedard, Cameron Fye, and I'm thinking either Rylan Austin or Khalil Corey, depending on which one is still left over. Rylan Austin is probably going to turn into a great player anyway. So I still haven't made a pick yet, and we're 16 minutes into this draft. But I'm just basically tearing this team apart and just rebuilding from scratch at this point. It's been 2 years. We had kind of a veteran team. It worked year 1, not going to work year 2. So with our first pick at the draft, we are getting franchise sniper Connor Bedard, baby. Holy cow pies. Look at this guy go to work. He is going to be such a legend. Oh, man. And with the number 3 pick, we are getting our beautiful two-way defender, Mr. Cameron Fye, baby. I'm taking him. 78, 80 overall medium elite. He had 63 points, 25 minutes a game. Look at this guy go to work, man. Absolute beast mode frickin' defender. He is absolutely good enough to be like a top 4 guy. But I think the thing that you got to remember right now is we kind of have to go all in this year because we have no draft picks next year. We sacrificed like all of next year's draft picks just to get her done. So Damian Layton ended up being a 79 overall two-way forward. Next, we're going to see what... Ooh, they took Khalil Corey, 79 overall again, two-way forward. Really, really solid player. Good shooter, good with the puck, good physically. Man, so now we're going to take our boy. We're going to take Rylan Austin, the number 6 pick. Medium top or high top 6 potential. Yep, 72 overall. I got no beef with that whatsoever. I'm totally fine with that. He's great at doing those long passes. The number 6 pick at the 2023 draft. And now we got to sim all the way to pick 103. So let's see. Round 4, pick 4. Let's take a peek for the next little bit at this draft class. I do want to do the draft right. This is going to be a really, really long off season. We could go for someone like Nathan Drapeau. Two-way forward, no weakness. He's 5 years old, but he does have that top 6 D potential. Kelvin Peterson, 4 years out. Could be low elite. I highly doubt it. What else do we got? This guy, Kalle Soderstrom. Could be 3 years out. Could be low top 4. So he's an interesting one. I would like to look at him. Another one, low top 4. We know Maurice Deschamps is a power forward, character, work ethic, engaged physically. We know he's low top 9. That's the thing with him. He's a more attractive player as well because it's like, we know what you are. Carl Graylinger, hybrid goaltender, work ethic, maturity, 5 years out. Could be high fringe starter, so he's pick 130. So we could always pick up like a late 4th round pick and go for him. You know what I mean? So I think, honestly, I might do that. I think I might go for like the 20th pick in the 4th round, maybe sacrifice the rest of my picks for it and go for that goaltender just for cuz. So we get the 103rd pick, or what if I went with a 5th round pick and a 7th round pick? Could we make this happen? Trade accepted. There you go. So I'm going to pick, this is a tough one, man. I don't know. This Kelvin Peterson guy could be something. No weakness. 6'1", 191. He's a defenseman. He's very likely a defensive defenseman. I think I'm just going to go for Kelvin Peterson and just hope to God he's good. You know what I mean? Let's hope. Low top 6. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. It's the 4th round. Now we're going to sim to pick 119. And I am going to grab that goaltender, Carl Graylinger. Let's hope he's like high starter or something. What do we got? High fringe starter. Okay, so high fringe starter means there is a good chance that he'll grow really well and become starter potential. I'm hoping by the time he's like 20 years old, maybe 21 years old, I'm hoping he could like make the leap to starter or something. You know what I mean? So now we got 1 pick left at the draft. So what do we got, baby? Vince Paul. Wow. Okay. 5 years out. What do we got? Taylor Cook, 2-way forward, no weakness, good character. Jacob Tarasov, work ethic, character, no weakness. Still 5 years out. Ooh, Chase Ryder could be an offensive defenseman. Teammate utilization is his weakness. It's like inaccurate that he's elite. He's got a couple ticks. So I think what we're going to do at this point is go, who looks the best? Johan Oduya, 5 years out. Stefan Tjarnqvist. What a name. I love it. So none of the medium elites are really what you want to see, right? Christian Simpson, nose for the net, 232. He's probably a grinder or something, you know? And I like grinders. Don't get me wrong. I just wish we had something a little better than two bars. You know what I mean? Low top 6. He's the only one that we like know for sure, right? Frederick Oberg is likely low top 9. Jorgen Havelid is likely low top 9. I kind of feel like I want to give this kid a shot. Chase Ryder, left defenseman. Come on, be something good, man. 7th D, what a joke. Terrible sim entire draft. All right, so we're done. We're through the draft. We got Connor Bedard, Cameron Fye, Rylan Austin, Kelvin Peterson, Carl Graylinger, and Chase Ryder as our picks for the Sault Ste. Marie Snow, man. So now we've got a couple of rookies that are going to be making their way to the damn team, man. And we got all these coaches expiring, all these scouts expiring. Good stuff. All right, so we have moved on from a good couple of folks, man. Like, Jake Ottinger's kind of the guy now, right? Jake Ottinger is the guy. Stuart Skinner is going to be our backup goaltender this year. Adam Huska will take over as the starter for the AHL team. Tucker Tynan will likely be the backup to him. Hale, I think we bring him on as a spare goaltender, and then we're good to go after that, right? So Adam Huska does not want to re-sign, but I'm going to qualify him, and he will come back. Tucker Tynan, we're offering him an entry-level deal, and I think it's, Bradley Hale or something like that? Yep, Bradley Hale. We'll offer him his entry-level deal. Let's see who's expiring. We got Devon Taves and Noah Hannafin. Justin Braun. I'm thinking we'll just grab new defensemen. After that, we got my boy Trent Frederick, who only had 13 points on the 4th line last year. You know what? Jurgensen's, no, we got to get rid of you. Axel Johnson Fialbi, another 2-way forward. He's really solid, though. I do want to qualify him. Kiefer Bellows, I'm done with. That's fine. Release. What else do we got? Josh Brook. He might be good enough to make the leap this year. So let's see what he wants. 2-year, two-way deal. Yep. Expiry status is still RFA. Drog, I'm going to qualify. Hollowell, I suppose, will qualify. Zach Senyshyn. What is he again? A sniper. So we'll keep him. We'll keep him for the minors, right? So all these guys are like low dudes on the totem pole. So I will sign all of these like AHL level guys. We'll worry about the rest of the team in a minute. All right, so all those guys are gone. We are down to not a lot of contracts left. So Mironov, we will offer him his entry-level deal. Mikhail Mironov, this is what, Pavel Lapitov. He was another draft pick of ours. We'll offer him, you know what, I got to offer him more than that. We'll go $850. Who else do we got? Torini, 7th D potential. He can be whatever. Miguel Torini, he can be an AHL fella. And then, what's his name? Jeff Clymer. He was our 7th round pick 2 years ago. And he's still only 59 overall, but who knows? If I bring him up to the AHL and actually give him somewhat of a role, he might surprise people, So now the next thing we got to worry about is Devon Taves, who is 29 years old, a tremendous defenseman, and Mr. Noah Hannafin, who is 26 years old and is still an RFA. He doesn't want to sign, so I think I'm going to qualify him after the re-sign period is over. I'm just going to qualify him, but I do want to make an offer to Devon Taves. He just wants so much money. I'm not giving him $6.4 million. Man, what would Noah Hannafin want? He would want 5.8 for 4 years. I would rather sign him longer term. You know what I mean? So honestly, Devon Taves, I'm going to see what he would want in free agency, and that price might come down a little bit. But after we get to the final day of the re-sign phase, I am going to qualify Noah Hannafin because he is young, he's got good potential, and I want to hold on to him. So here we go, man. Josh Brook, Zach Senyshyn, Zach Gallant, Matthew Phillips, Tucker Tynan, baby. Welcome to the team. Miguel Torini, Bradley Hale, Mikhail Mironov, Pavel Lapidov, Jeff Clymer. Oh, yeah, baby. We're signing lots of folks now. So we go to the re-sign phase. And now I got to sign all my rookies. All right, going down here. We are going to frickin' sign Cameron Fye. Guy's an absolute horse. I love this kid. Yes, I'm signing him to his entry-level deal. Yes, Connor Bedard is getting signed to his entry-level deal. Yes, they're both playing this year. And then after that, 72 overall, right? Oh, baby, Rylan Austin. Oh, he looks like he's going to be a solid friggin' pickup too, man. And I'm hoping at some point I can make him into like a medium elite player, right? Koltsov was last year's first-round pick, so he can wait another year before getting signed. He was a 6th-round pick. Tuukka Kultanen was a 2nd-round pick last year, so he should do some growing in the minors. Shane Quirk, 3rd-round pick last year. Very EA-ified stats. So yeah, that's all she friggin' wrote, man. But yes, this year we are basically going with Jake Cottinger and Stuart Skinner. So the goaltending, I think Jake Cottinger, I'm really hoping he does take that next step and at least goes to like 84 overall. So Cameron Fye is in, Connor Bedard is in. That's what you want to see. There's 2 more roster spots filled, but we need some damn power up front. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, here we go. We got all these RFAs are starting to sign now. So I'm going to go back to the re-sign phase. We're going to hit up Noah Hannafin with a nice qualifying offer. There you go, baby. And now advanced day to free agency where I'm going to sign some players and then I'm going to sign coaches afterwards. So this is going to be a good old-fashioned build-a-thon here. My God, Trotter doesn't want to re-sign right now. He is a legitimate top-line winger. And he's what? He's a playmaker, right? We got Trotter, Hurdle? Yeah, Trotter and Hurdle, but we need a legitimate beast to go up on that top line with them, not Pierre-Luc Dubois, who will be down on the 2nd line. Hampus Lindholm wants to come back, and I could put him with Mikhail Sergachev. I'm so happy I got Sergey for this year coming up and next year at under $5 million, because after that, I can only expect he is going to want a monster frickin' raise. So if I could do even like, hold on, we'll go to defenseman really quick. If I could do Sergachev and find him a partner, like a defensive defenseman as a partner or something, we could potentially get like a +2 or a +3 on that top pairing, depending on the coach that we're able to find. And then I could do like Hampus Lindholm and Noah Hannafin or something as that second pairing, and use Cameron Fye and maybe find him a veteran to go beside him. Oh man, that could be lethal. All right, so here we go in the free agency screen, where it really does not look like we have a ton of great defensemen here. But Brett Pesce. What if I could take like a Brett Pesce and put him beside Mikhail Sergachev? Like he's a great defensive defenseman, or I could get like a Joel Edmondson and put him down on the third pairing. I mean, he is in his 30s, or I could get like a Chris Tanev and put him on that third pairing or something. I don't know why it's telling me that they all fit on like the third pairing, because like, oh, what about like an Alec Martinez? Ooh, put him down on pairing 3. Ooh, baby. I don't mind that one bit. And then we could go for like maybe even go for like a Geo on the first pairing. What does he have for poise? 85, not bad. I honestly think I might go for like an Alec Martinez for the third pairing. You know what I mean? He is a good top 4 guy. Get him for 1 year, and I could pay him like 4.75. Our team is literally made of money right now, and I could think about potentially grabbing like a Brett Pesce, for that top pairing as well. If I could get it, yeah, you know what? We go for a 3-year deal instead, and I could offer him 5.9 for 3 years for Brett Pesce. It's not like he's that old or anything yet. And Devontae still wants 6.3, and there's a lot of teams interested. So I do want to take a look at the goaltenders. We got Chris Drieger, who is still in his 20s. Ilya Sorokin. It almost makes you think, eh? Go for like a Chris Flip and Drieger. The only problem with him is he's got 0 poise whatsoever. Ilya Sorokin, 82. But you know what? I think I got to stick with what I got, man. I do want to have a pretty damn good goalie or defensive pairing and stuff, so I don't got to worry quite as much about the goalie tandem, but I do want to pick up a little bit more firepower on this team, you know what I mean? Maybe pick up a couple of veterans to go on this team, like an Anze Kopitar, who we can give a crap load of money to. Oh, man. I wouldn't mind putting a 2-way forward on that top line. Someone with like 90 poise, just an absolute monster. You know what I mean? I would have to offer him probably like 8.5 for 1 year kind of thing. And then I'd like to pick up, like a really good like second line guy, like a Teuvo Teravainen. You know what I mean? But what I'm going to have to do is back out of here and go into our contract screen, because I want to see exactly what we've got going on here for our forward. So number 1 center is going to be Tomas Hertl. Number 2 center is going to be Pierre-Luc Dubois. And then Connor Bedard. And honestly, I might go with Liam Howell. He's not great defensively, but, I can surround him with good players. Like a good power forward, a good something. Or I could put like, Klim Kostin I could put beside him or something, right? So, yeah, okay, hold on. Top line, Tomas Hertl is our number 1 center. Jermaine Trotter is our number 1 left wing. So we need a number 1 right wing that is either a 2-way forward or a power forward. And that's why I was thinking you put Anze Kopitar there for like 1 year, right? So then second line would be PLD, who is a power forward. And beside him, I don't want to put Aya Fallow or Cahoon or Kostin. So I would need, we got Jack Roslovic. He's like the guy, right? So it'd be Roslovic, PLD, and I would need a playmaker. I could use Connor Bedard. He is a franchise player. That's the thing, right? He's a sniper. That means I don't want to use Jack Roslovic, and I still would need a playmaker. So I would be going and finding a playmaker. And I could put Connor Bedard on that second line, but I'd want a damn good playmaker. And I saw Mr. Teuvo Teravainen on this list. Or we could use like William Nylander. I know he's a number one guy. It says he fits line 2. This top 6, we could just go full gross with this top 6. You know what I mean? Get a Willie Knee on this team. He wants 6 years, though. I would want to offer him substantially less than that. I mean, you know, that's the thing, right? I would offer, what about a 1-year deal? What if we offered Willie Knee like $10 million for 1 year? I think we could get him on the team. And then just to be safe, I could try to get like a Teuvo Teravainen, who's also a really, really solid playmaking, like second line playmaker. He's not too old. And I would offer him 3 years at like $7 million. I think we can still afford all of these people anyway, you know what I mean? But if I can stack this team enough, we don't need the greatest goaltenders in the world, and then just get coaches that fit really, really well, right? So let's see who's saying yes or who's saying no. Alec Martinez is officially a third pairing defenseman on this team alongside frickin', what's his name? Cameron Fye, our second overall pick. Next, we've got Teuvo Teravainen. Brett Pesce went to Seattle, and Anze Kopitar signed, and William Nylander signed. So now we got too many damn forwards. So now I need to find one more defenseman, I think. And all we've got is someone like Sanheim. We got Brady Shea, Noah Hannafin. He is a restricted free agent for us right now. One team is interested, and they might make an offer. I don't know, man. I'm going to sort these guys, though, by overall. So who do we have that's like the best overall right now? And when it comes to defensemen, that's nobody. Sanheim's the best one, right? Sanheim is the best defenseman. I might have to go via trade. But I got Teuvo Teravainen to sign in this team. I might be able to just trade either Teuvo or Willie Knee. I will find coaches now. You know what? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to find coaches that fit this team. And then I'm going to figure out who fits better between William Nylander and Teuvo Teravainen. And whoever fits worse is who I will trade, and that's how we'll get our like number one defenseman. And then depending on how William Nylander does for this team, January 1st, we might sign him to a nice long-term deal. So we have $14 million in cap space, and we've still got Noah Hannafin to re-sign, man. Then we've got Hampus Lindholm, who does want to come back. He could be our number one defenseman. I'd rather him be a number 2, you know, alongside Noah Hannafin. So we're just going to have to see, right? So we got a whole crap load of guys signed. Now we got to go look for coaches. So we have an AHL head coach, associate coach, and assistant coach. No goalie coach. So we are going to need to hire an AHL goalie coach because we got like Tucker Tynan down there. We don't exactly want him to get screwed over. Do we want like a defensive coach? Not really, right? 52%. Actually, you know what? We'll go up here where they're like 1.4, and we'll see who fits the best. 61's not terrible. He's got A- influence, and he could grow. He could definitely grow, and he is a generalist. We just got done with a generalist. 55, and he is a defensive coach. 52, defensive coach. 59, 69. And again, he's a generalist. That's the problem, right? Man, who else do we got? 46, 59, 52, 52, 46, 69. Yet again, another generalist coach. Goalie coach. There you go. 69 overall. I've never had a goalie coach as a head coach. I wonder what would happen. 7. That's terrible. I think we're looking in like the AHL now or something, aren't we? No, eh? Okay, so we're going to have to go way back up here now. So this guy would chew through like every dime we have and then some. Jacques Lachance. He's a great coach. He's got the B's everywhere. He's got an A- for coach influence. I think it's going to end up being Theriot. He's got a 61% fit on this team, or I could go with this guy who's a little worse, 59. No, you got to go with Theriault. NHL head coach, I'm going to have to offer him little bit more than he's asking for the 5 years that we want him to stay here. We have a goalie coach in the NHL, so now we need to go to an NHL associate coach where we're going to have to save a little bit of money here. So we have a generalist head coach. I would like to get a forwards coach and a defensive coach. So what does he got for grades? B on offense, A+ on the penalty kill. What's going on here? What about this guy? Better defensively, decent on the power play, not bad teaching, bad influence. Good on the power play. Generalist, A+ on the power play, B- teaching, no influence at all. This guy's got pretty decent stuff all around. Serge Leroy. I suppose I'll overspend a little bit. I want him for 5 years. I'll have to spend this amount, which that's over $2 million. So I'm going to need to kind of cheap out a little bit. On an NHL assistant coach, but I'm definitely going to want a defenseman coach. He's got no coach's influence whatsoever, man. I do want a defensive coach. Sorovi, no teaching. Defenseman, C-. Yeah, it's I don't know. Von Arx, nope. Dude, what is going down here? Sauer, nope. None of them, eh? Does anyone just have some... Okay, he's got bad teaching, but he's got great power play, decent penalty kill, decent enough influence. He fits relatively well. What's his name? Doug Bengoa. And he would not be overly expensive. He wants the job. I could offer him let's say $543. And now I just need to find a damn goalie coach for the minors. Oh, A+ teaching. There you go. Tucker Tynan will be so happy. Boom, 4 years, and we'll offer him $429. I think we can afford this. I think it's going to be pushing it a little bit, but I think we should be able to afford all of this. And then I can try and get Noah Hannafin signed, and then that's pretty much all she wrote. The fan base of your team is top notch. There you go, folks. Look at this. Matthew Theriault. Happy to join the team as the AHL goalie coach. That's beautiful. NHL associate coach. He's in. We just need that assistant. Happy to join the team. We got a coaching staff, baby. Oh, man. All right. So the problem is now, until we get to next season, I can't exactly see. And look at this. Staff chemistry, 85%. It doesn't get any better than that. Jermaine Trotter doesn't fit all that well, but it's not too terrible. We'll get to next season. We'll figure it out from there. I do want to go to view contracts, though, because Jermaine Trotter, I understand he doesn't exactly want to sign an extension with us right now. PLD doesn't either, but he's an RFA. Both of these guys, they got no rights. I own them, so I'm going to hold on to him. He had 38 points, with us last year, but he had 28 points in 44 games after we traded for him. He was fantastic for our team. So I feel like I do want him for more time. He's 29 and he wants an extension. So I feel like I could probably get him for 6.3 for 5 years. And worst case Ontario, man, that the salary cap is only going to go up. So it's we can always... $6.3 million this year is not worth the same amount as $6.3 million 3 years from now. Those are different valuations entirely, because the salary cap 3 years from now could be $98 million. You never know. Then 6.3 suddenly isn't that big of a chunk of the salary cap. So I'm going to offer that extension to Hampus Lindholm. I don't really know what we've got for depth players, but I do like Klim Kostin. He had 21 goals last season. He fits brilliantly, and I do want him kind of in a depth role. I don't want him too high up, but he did have 20 goals last year. So I would love to extend him. I'll give him 2.8 for 2 years. Dylan Coughlin is now officially an NHL-ready defenseman. He wants an extension. He's good and young. He can be my spare guy. and I will give him $900,000 for 1 year on a 2-way deal. That's brilliant. You're not going to beat that. Gino Svechnikov is a sniper. He really wants to make it to the NHL this year, and he just might. That's the thing. Then in net, we've got Jake Cottinger, man. 28 games played. He had a .923 and a 2.21. So he was fantastic for us. Now, Jake Cottinger, I would like to extend him. Yeah, I'll extend him for one more season. He's still an RFA after. Stuart Skinner is going to be our guy as our backup this year as well, right? So, let's skip on ahead just a little bit. And like I said, we got Teuvo Teravainen and we've got William Nylander. It's all going to be a question of who fits better. So whoever fits better on this team, you know, it's like we'll sign or we'll keep them. So Noah Hannafin, oh man. Oh no, never mind. Noah Hannafin, that was... No, he accepted the damn Hampus Lindholm. Oh man, he finally signed the qualifying offer. I was really hoping he was going to hold out longer and I'd be able to get him long term. Damn, what was it, 1 year? Noah Hannafin, 1 year, $5 million. So we're down to $10 million in cap space. Gosh darn. All right, so we basically have our team, but next year Jermaine Trotter is going to have to be signed and he's going to want big bucks, man. So I'm pretty satisfied with the team we have right now. Like I said, we are our Baudouin. No, thank you. We are going to have to... Where am I trying to go with this? Oh, yeah. We're going to have to edit the lines, see where everybody fits. And then, like I said, between Teravainen and William Nylander, we have someone that we've got to get rid of now. Oh, man. I don't think this team's ever had a captain either, has it? Has this team ever had a captain? I don't remember. So, view owner goals, sellers. Low in regards to team performance, it's because of the goaltending situation. It is 100% because of goaltending. So they want Tomas Hertl to be the captain of this team. I'm actually kind of fine with it. They want Trotter as assistant, and they want Roslovic as an assistant. I'm pretty okay with that. I think Trotter is young. I know I want him to be here forever, but he is young. And I kind of feel like I'd rather give it to... like a Noah Hannafin. I like having a defenseman that is also an assistant captain. You know what I mean? So Tomas Hertl. Oh, that is a plus flippin' 5 right there. That's a plus 3. Connor Bedard, Tomas Hertl, and Teuvo Teravainen. Oh my God. Aya Fallow, Dubois, and Roslovic. Oh my God. Klim Kostin. Oh, I love it. This is absurdity, man. Then we got Dominic Cahoon on the fourth line alongside Rocco Grimaldi and Jack Roslovic. Roslovic does not really fit on that fourth line. He is a second liner that is on the fourth line right now, and that is kind of unacceptable. So it's like, what do you do with that, right? Oh, man, I think I got to move on from Rossi, man. I think I got to move on from Rossi, and I think I got to bring in like a hell of a fourth liner. So we got playmaker, sniper, two-way forward should work. So who do we got scratched? We got Gino Svechnikov. He doesn't really fit that well. Austin Wagner fits very well on the fourth line. So I kind of feel like you got to give it to him, right? So we'll move down. Austin Wagner. We can move him onto that fourth line, but he will likely be going over here. Hold on, but Alex Aya Fallow fits very well. Ooh, PLD on that third line is meant to be, man. This team could be scary this year, dude. What if I was to move him up? That'd be a plus 5 as well. You know? Wow. What about plus 5, plus 5? There you go. Willie Nee. And we'll put Connor Bedard as the number 1. Wow. Plus 5. Plus 5. Trotter, Kopi, Hertl. Say that again. Trotter, Jermaine Trotter, Anze Kopitar, and Tomas Hertl as a top line with Teuvo Teravainen, Connor Bedard, and William Nylander as a second line. Alex Aya Fallow, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Klim Kostin as our third line. And right now, it'd be Wagner, Cahoon, and Grimaldi. And it's like, I don't know, man. Rocco Grimaldi might be the odd man out. And I might just go with Jack Roslovic or something. They don't get a bonus, but he's 83 overall on the fourth line. Or I could move him... Man, I can move him with Alex Aya Fallow, because having Rossi on the fourth line is kind of insulting, you know what I mean? And Aya Fallow, he was decent enough for us. He's going to get plenty of ice time. He's going to be heavy on the penalty kill along with Jack Roslovic, you know what I mean? And I think it's going to be like Kopitar, Roslovic, and Aya Fallow will be like our number one penalty killers, probably alongside like Austin Wagner. Probably not Dominic Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon is probably only going to play like 10 minutes a night. And then our power play can be like Trotter, Hurdle, Teravainen, Bedard, Nylander, and Kostin with Dubois. So we'll just have to switch. Kostin and Dubois will like take turns being on lines, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe Dubois could be a penalty killer as well. I know he is pretty solid defensively. He's got that nice 86. Klim Kostin with an 83, but Rossi with an 86 at 83 overall, man. Then defensively, we got Sergachev and Lindholm, Fye and Martinez. That's not what I wanted. Martinez, I wanted down on this line with like Cameron Fye. Oh, he kind of fits everywhere. Would this work? No, eh? No. Man, Sergey and Lindholm. So who is the missing link here? No one. Who else did I have in mind here? I might have to throw like Dylan Coughlin down with Cameron Fye and just not get a bonus for that line. Maybe make it like Martinez and Hanifin and then Lindholm and Sergachev. That could be... I know that makes our defense slightly less scary than I was hoping it was going to be, but the problem is I go back to our forward lines and it's like, so between Nylander and Teravainen, who fits better? And the answer's yes. This team offensively is like scary good this year. And Sergachev and Lindholm is a good line. Martinez and Hanifin is not the greatest, but it's decent enough. And Cameron Fye, he's got that elite potential. Could surprise people on that third pairing. And I'm probably going to give him some power play time as well, along with Sergachev, Lindholm, and Hanifin. Martinez and Coughlin are probably going to take the lead when it comes to penalty kill. But what do we have in the minors? Victor Mete and Josh Brook. Oh, and Mac Hollowell. Wow, okay, we got a ton of defensemen here. Guillaume Brisebois, Linus Hogberg. We got my boy Mikhail Mironov. You imagine putting him up like top with Josh Brook? Josh Brook and Mikhail Mironov? That'd be unreal. So yeah, I got to go back here. I'm strangely comfortable with it. I feel like this team is probably going to let in a ton of goals. But honestly, I might go Stuart Skinner. I honestly might go with Stuart Skinner. 2 years, $800,000 a year. Jake Cottinger in the final year of his contract. But I'm pretty sure I signed him to a 1-year extension. So Skinner and Ottinger, I'm sure they'll share the net. And this year, I hope that we can just be competitive, Like my expectations are actually kind of high for this team. If we had a better goalie, I'd feel better about it. But my expectations are actually pretty high for this team. So I am going to fix up special teams and whatnot, and then I'll get back to you. All right, so here we go. We're going to look at special teams where our top power play line has a +3. It's William Nylander, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Jermaine Trotter, Mikhail Sergachev, and Connor Bedard. On our second power play unit, we got Anze Kopitar, Teuvo Teravainen, Klim Kostin, Tomas Hertl, and our boy, 18-year-old third overall pick, Mr. Cameron Fye as our defender. 4-man power play, we got Connor Bedard, Jermaine Trotter, Mikhail Sergachev, and Tomas Hertl. Second, we got Kopitar, Nylander, Coughlin, and Martinez. On the penalty kill, it is Kopitar, Wagner, Hanifin, Coughlin. And then our second unit is Aya Fallow, Roslovic, Martinez, and Hampus Lindholm. Then on our 3-man penalty kill, we got Anze Kopitar, Cameron Fye, Noah Hanifin. Second unit is Jack Roslovic, Dylan Coughlin, and Mikhail Sergachev. After that, we go to extras, where the 4-on-4 lines are Kopi, Nylander, Hampus, and Sergey. Second is Hertl, Trotter, Hanifin, Martinez. Third is Bedard, Teravainen, Coughlin, and Cameron Fye. 3-on-3, Kopi, Nylander, Sergachev, Hurdle, Trotter, Lindholm, Bedard, Teravainen, Martinez. Yet a flippin' extra attackers will be Anjay and Willie Nee. One of those guys, I'm thinking maybe even like William Nylander in the future. If we don't hold on to Tomas Hertl, Willie Nee could very well become the captain of this team. Our shootout is Tomas Hertl, Connor Bedard, Anjay Kopitar, Teuvo Teravainen, and William Nylander. So, we got ourselves a heck of a team here, man. We got ourselves a heck of a team. What did he have again? $7 million for 3 years. I think that contract is going to end up being super fantastic. Anyway, we are going to simulate through the preseason, get to the regular season, and then honestly, we're just going to take it one flipping day at a time, you know? Well, not one day at a time, a month at a time, you know? But I do have much higher expectations this year for this team than I did last year, even though I was like, you know what, we're going to stick with what we got. We made it to the conference finals year one with not a great team. So we kind of kept the team that we had. We kind of just kept going with what we already had, and it turned out disastrous. All right, so here we go. Over to the calendar. It is still mid-September, so we got a ways to go to get past that preseason. So we are just going to get up to opening night, baby. They want to give me Sean Corrali and a 4th for a 5th and a 7th. No, thank you. They're going to offer me a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, hold on here. So for a 2025 third-round pick and Rocco Grimaldi, they want to give me a second-round pick this year and a 6th-round pick next year. I'm actually almost inclined to accept this because we got like no draft picks in the upcoming draft. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe get ourselves back into that draft a little bit. I don't know. I'm not using Rocco Grimaldi, and I've got Evgeny Svechnikov as our spare forward. So I honestly think I might take this. I'm going to accept that deal. They still want to give me Sean Corrali, and I'm not nuts about that. I'm going to say auto-assigned promo nights. I do feel like this team is going to be a lot better this year. You know what I mean? We're 6-1. We were what? 7-1 through the preseason. So there was 8 games. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there was 8 preseason games. Wow. And we went frickin' 7-1 through the preseason. So I'm really, really hoping that can carry over into the regular season. We can get a really strong start. Like I said, we're going to take it 1 month at a time. We're not going to go nutty cuckoo bananas. They wanted us to win our regular season home opener. We lost that in overtime. Man, there's teams already firing their coaches. Hampus Lindholm has been injured with a wrist sprain, but that is only until the 24th. So I'm going to say edit lines manually. We don't have a spare defenseman, but I will take. Hold on, Sergachev doesn't fit like perfectly or nothing. I'm thinking I'll take Hanifin, and I'm going to take Cameron Fye, and then I'm going to go. Well, that's going to negate everything I just did right there. But I am going to call up a defenseman. Who do we got? We got Hollowell as a depth defenseman. I think we probably should just bring him up anyways, making about $1 million a year. We're going to call him up to the NHL, and we're going to get him some time in the bigs, baby. So, yeah, I'm going to put Noah Hanifin up here. I'm going to put Cameron Fye up here. He can play left or right. Coughlin's a right D. So, we got another right D, too, Mac Hollowell, who is an offensive defenseman. Doesn't fit beautifully anywhere, but he doesn't fit that bad either, right? So this is going to be a short injury. Special teams. So we got to figure out where Hollowell is. Hollowell is on the penalty kill, and I'm not nuts about that, but I am going to leave that alone because it's not a long injury, right? So I'm not overly concerned about it. Central Scout rankings, I'm going to look at them at the end of the month. So Noah Hanifin has been injured with injured ribs. Oh my God, man. What is going on with the defense on this team? You know what I mean? It's like, this is brutal. Come on, man. Holy. We're like down to no defensemen left already. So what do we got? I think I'm probably going to put Hollowell up there. And now we got to go back to roster moves yet again. Man, our defensive core is absolutely being gutted right now. You know what I mean? So we got Brooks. Do we have any defensemen that don't have to go through waivers? We got Turini and Mironov. I don't know that I want to bring up Mironov. You know what I mean? Do I have any? Hold on here. Let's go to defense. What do we have for defense? I could maybe get away with Victor Mete, but now I'm putting my AHL team kind of at a disadvantage by doing this. Now I've called up multiple defensemen. I do feel like Victor Mete would likely clear waivers. Now Lindholm's available. It never told me that Lindholm was available. But honestly, you know what? I'm going to put Victor Mete down here, or up here, sorry, just for now, because I want to make sure that he's actually going to be, like, good to go. But I'm going to put Guillaume Brisebois, Linus Högberg, and I guess Mr. Frickin' Tarnstrom, Tomas Tarnstrom, undrafted EA-created guy. So now we got a shootout again. Man, we got a lot of flipping. All right, we'll go left wing. What do we got? Greer. How about that? We'll toss Greer up there now. Holy cow pies, man. Hampus Lindholm is available to play. Why didn't you tell me that first? Like, that just makes sense. My God. Multiple players on Sault Ste. Marie are eligible to be dressed. Yeah, I'm going to fix that now. Man, this game is frustrating. Oh, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Martinez back down here, take Lindholm out, and we are going to put Hampus Lindholm back on that top line, and Cameron 5 very soon will go back down. Okay, now you know what? There we go. Now we're 4-4-1, but we have had like every damn defenseman on this team get injured so far this year. My goodness, that is like redonkulous, man. The injury bug is hitting us like so early. So what am I doing? Oh yeah, going here. We're going to take Cameron 5, put him down on that third pairing. And we are going to get my boy Noah Hannafin back into the lineup. I don't like that we have two left-handed defensemen on that second pairing, but it's like, you do what you got to do, right? So scratched, we've got Mete, Hollowell. Mete, oh God, he fits everywhere. So I think honestly Hollowell's probably going to get sent down. I just hope to God he actually clears. But very quickly, I do want to check and see what everybody's looking like. Now, that month was a month plagued by injury, so it's kind of hard to, you got to take that month with a grain of salt, right? Because it was a month marred by injuries. Look at this. The two newcomers to the team, Nylander and Teravainen, are the two guys absolutely lighting it up. Klim Kostin has 4 points, but he's a -3 on that third line. So maybe that third line's a bit of a problem. Who else did we even have on that third line? It is Klim Kostin. I think it's Aya Fallow. And it's not Dominic Cahoon. It is, man, who is it again? I don't remember who all's on the third line. It was Aya Fallow, Klim Kostin, and that's all I can remember. I'll have to go look at the I'm going to have to go look at the edit line screen again really quickly, but I think it might be the third line that is having trouble. Oh, it is Pierre-Luc Dubois. Wow, PLD, and he's a -4 and he has 1 point. I wish, buddy, I wish there was a way I could toss you up on that second line. You just fit so well, on the third. It's a thing of beauty, right? What if I was to move Rossi back down and move Aya Fallow back up? He's got 3 points in 10 games on the fourth line. And I think Roslovic might honestly just be like better served on the fourth. So we can see if that helps. I'm not 100% sure. But let's get back to it. Let's hope we can have a nice injury-free November. Not injury-free, but just less defensemen, man. Like, we just got to get a month where we don't have every defenseman on our team injured. So here we go. Starting off the month, I forgot to look at the prospects. So I will have to get going on that. We're below 500. My God, now we're just losing every damn game. And Hampus Lindholm's out until January. My God, man. So Noah Hannafin. What about, Dylan Coughlin, and then honestly, I think we're going to take Victor Mete, and we're going to put him down on that third pairing this time, because we get a +1 everywhere now. 4 points in 20 games from my boy Cameron 5. This is getting pretty frustrating, though, man. We're losing. The problem is, all we're losing is defensemen. You know what I mean? That's the big problem, right? We need to get on a bit of a run where we can just win a bunch of games in a row. Because now we're 25 games into the season and we're below 500 again. You know what I mean? It's like we're 10, 11, and 4, and we just lost basically our best defenseman until another month from now. You know, he's going to miss another 13, 14 games. So that's like absolutely bonkers, dude. He's missed a lot of time already. So the first thing I am going to do here is I am going to view the draft class. Oh, Jaden Karkner, a franchise power forward. Are you joking? maybe we should just tank. We got Patrick McDonald. It says potentially two-way forward, 35 points in 23 games. We don't know any strengths or weaknesses. Miles Rintoul. I don't want to tank this year simply because we got like no draft picks this year. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. I like all these guys near the top. Who else do we got, man? Klimchuk, Jelena, Yves Jelena, 1 year out, Al McInnes. Another defenseman. What, are we just going to beef up defense and make our team just gross or what? Eric Whitmore, ranked 29th. Another defenseman. He's got no skating at all, but he's like 2 years out. And when you're doing like full simulation, it doesn't really hurt my feelings when your guy has like no speed because it's like awareness and stuff is the most important stats. But here we got Bedrick Petrozalic. Bedrick Petrozalic. What a name. 1 year out. That is probably not accurate at all. But could you imagine if we found the steal of the draft, baby? Lucas Giuliano. There we go. Lucas Giuliano. 18-year-old right wing sniper. No weakness. 2 years out. Probably medium top six. He could be a fun guy to get. You know what I mean? Jorge Purcell. Another one, no weakness. Oh, don't tell me this is going to be like an awesome draft. Rocky Khan, what a damn name. 5 years out, probably an elite goaltender. My goodness. I don't even need to go any further than that. It's the first 2 rounds, man. I don't even need to go any further than that. My God. It's like I really don't want to tank now. But it's one of those things like, I don't know, what do you do? Right? What if, well, first of all, I do want to go into team stats, see who's doing what, you know what I mean? So William Nylander has 27 points in 25 games. He has been an absolute rock for this team. Jermaine flippin' Trotter, baby. Jermaine Trotter, 25 points in 25 games, and he's going to need an extension this year. Tavo, Tomas Hertl, it's like this team looks like it's having zero trouble scoring. You know what I mean? And look at this. Connor Bedard, he's already grown from 78 to 79. Dubois, not looking so hot. Aya Fallow, maybe he's picking that third line up a little bit. Sergachev, I expect more out of you. Hampus Lindholm's missed 9 games in the first 25, and he's going to miss at least another 12. So it's like, man, when we're like at the halfway point of the season, he's only going to have, 16 games played. That's unacceptable. And it's been him and one other defenseman. That's it, right? Cameron Fye is looking solid enough. He's got 6 points, probably on pace for about a 20-point season, but he will likely be a good top 4 guy next year. I do want to look and see. He has 85 durability. I'm kind of fine with that. I don't really mind. Noah Hannafin has been like nowhere to be found. So what do you do, right? Do we maybe take like Noah Hannafin? Like, look at this. Victor Mete's a +6 in 7 games. Do we just like stick with Victor Mete and maybe move on from a Noah Hannafin? Trade him off for a legitimate, like, elite goaltender? What do you think? You take, hold on, we go to edit lines. What if I was to take, say, what's Stuart Skinner? 9'11", 254. That's not bad. Jake Cottinger, terrible stats. What if I was to move on from Jake Cottinger and Noah Hannafin, and I could put like, Alec Martinez up here or something, put Victor Mete up with Coughlin, or move Fye up and put like, get a lesser defenseman for the third pairing and then just beef up goaltending kind of thing. You know what I mean? I could get a goalie plus like a third pairing defenseman or something. You know what I mean? Or I could take Victor Mete, move him down I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I don't know exactly what I want to do because we will eventually get Hampus Lindholm back, right? It's like we just kind of need to survive until then, right? But I think what was it? I had Martinez and Phi. That's the way I had it. So I think for the moment I will kind of stick with what we got. I honestly might trade off Jake Cottinger. So what we're honestly going to have to do is get through the month of December and just honestly hope for the best. That's all we can really do at this point is hope for the best. I don't want another failed season because I'm going to have to like trade someone off to try and like get back in the draft. Jermaine Trotter has post-concussion syndrome until February 13th. Oh, I hate this game sometimes, man. God, I hate this game sometimes. So it's going to have to be like Tara Vinen up there. What do we got? Two-way forward, sniper. I need like a playmaker up top. Is it going to be like Dominic Cahoon? If I traded them off, Tara Vinen, put Cahoon on the second, and then it'll be like Gino Svechnikov. You know, I don't want to put Klim Kostin down there. Unless I was to put like Dominic Cahoon. But I don't want Bedard next to another sniper, you know? Or what if I did this? Put Dominic Cahoon on the third, put Svech on the fourth, and put Klim Kostin up here with Nylander and Bedard. Or I could put Kostin on that top line. They only get a +2, but I can keep this +5 going. This has basically been my best line this year. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of honestly what I'm going to do. It's going to be Hurdle and Teravainen, Bedard, and you know what? Honestly, Roslovic. We're going to toss Rossi out there. He's only playing 11 minutes a game. Jesus. That's brutal. Holy. Rossi, it sucks, man. You got like relegated to that fourth line, but it's like, you know, I did what I had to do. And now suddenly we are slapping a couple of wins together. We're still below 500, but this team is really hurting my brain here. So I'm going to skip ahead one more day. We get a win. We're 15, 19, and 5. What we need is for Hampus Lindholm to come back and just honestly stop getting injured. That's 100% what needs to happen here. It is an absolute tragedy. All right, so what we're going to do is put Hannafin down here. Martinez kind of fits everywhere. And we'll have to put Hampus Lindholm back here, man. Where does he fit? He kind of everywhere, right? So Coughlin and Phi. What if we did like... Nah, we can't do it that way. It kind of has to be this way, right? So Hampus Lindholm, the thing is we just need him to stay healthy for more than 3 games at a time. I think this should improve us a little bit. Stu Skinner still has relatively decent numbers. Jake Ottinger has brutal numbers. So it's one of those things, right? I flippin' wonder, man. What if? I know it is a bit of a bottomless pit of a contract, right? But what if we were to go to the Florida Panthers and go get like they made him like a backup goaltender. Wow, he's got all the poise in the world, though. Only 2 years left on that contract. We got Philip Gustafson, who is a bit of a step up. I know he does grow pretty well, right? They got like Spencer Knight as their main goaltender. What if I was to bring on like a Sergey Bobrovsky? I think he could steal us a lot of wins in the second half of the season. His contract is monstrous. We might be able to get a draft pick out of it. I don't think we're going to be getting Florida's first, but to get rid of $10 million, you know what I mean? To get $10 million off the books, I could give them like Jake Ottinger for Bobrovsky and their first round pick. It's not going to go through though. I could just about promise you that. I'd have to add a sweetener. It's not going to be Tucker Tynan. Let's see. Rookie skaters. What do we got? Bedard, Phi. What do we got? Ryland Austin. I'm not giving you him. Low Elite. Nope. Not giving you him. Mironov. Nope. Coughlin. Nope. Quirky. Clymer. Kultanen. Where did we get this guy? Second round pick. He's a 2-way forward. Who else do we got? There's not a whole ton I can really give you guys, man. Shane Quirk, another two-way forward. Oh, does he have... He's got EAFI'd stats. I don't mind getting rid of him. What if we could make something like this work? I'll give you a prospect, basically a prospect goaltender and a two-way forward prospect. Let's see if that would go. Nah, it's not going to work, eh? I don't think it's going to be their first-round pick. What if I could steal like a second and a third out of the deal? Could I get that going on? Rejected, eh? Probably not the third. Maybe the second. What about a second and a fourth? It looks a little more even. Proposed trade. Rejected, eh? I think Bob and a second for Ottinger and Quirk. I would never use him anyway because all of his stats are highly EAFI'd. I'd be taking on even more cap space to get Sergey Bobrovsky. No players moved down. Bobrovsky called up. And the only reason I'm getting him is because he does have starter potential. I know 82 overall is a gross misrepresentation of how good Bobrovsky actually is. And he's got that 90 poise. So down the stretch, Sergey Bobrovsky is going to be a monster. In the system, got to go to goaltenders. He's not down there. I don't know why you keep telling me he's down there. He's not down there. All right, so we'll go back. In the system, Bob is there, but we are going to put him in the place of Stuart Skinner. I love that Connor Bedard has officially grown to 80 overall now. He's going to continue to grow. We'll go to goaltenders, put Skinsy down here, even though he has been relatively solid for us. We're going to put Bob in that number one spot. He is 35, but as I said before, he has starter potential. And he has been playing in the AHL this year. He's been killing it in the AHL, but he probably lost his overall from being in the AHL for the whole damn season. So he is going to instantly go back to being basically a starting goaltender in the National Hockey League. So was there anything I wanted to do here? We're going to go edit lines. Hopefully that can help push us over the top. That puts us up towards the cap ceiling a little bit too, so we have a little more freedom to move people around and whatnot. Honestly, though, I think I might toss Pierre-Luc Dubois up here. And what do we got? Alex Aya Fallow can go to that center spot. What else do we got? I could put Wagner up here and then leave Cahoon, Rossi, and Svechnikov down there, which still makes like 0 sense to me how they don't even have a +1. It is a two-way forward, playmaker, sniper. It's a pretty good combo. And like I said, now all we need is for Hampus Lindholm to just stay flipping healthy. Now the big thing becomes we just lost Jermaine Trotter for the entire month of January and like half the month of February. I think it was, February 14th or something, Jermaine Trotter comes back. So he's going to be missing a ton of games as well. Now we just need Hampus Lindholm to stay healthy. There's a win, baby. And there's another win. There we go. I know there was a loss, but that's fine. I don't care if they fired their head coach. My head coach is brand spanking, and I'm not firing him. So if we could even just be like respectable at the end of this season, I will go view draft class. I kind of almost want this number one pick. I know the number one pick is pretty damn hard to get, though, right? What about this Rintoul guy? Another left defenseman, NHL ready two-way defenseman. Justin Bell, I had looked at a little bit. He is a defensive defenseman, leadership, strength, defensive zone play, no weakness, 2 years out, could be medium elite. So we'll take a look at him as well. What else do we got? I'm looking at some of these guys. Ooh, Emmanuel Dubois. He's another defenseman. 3 years out, could be medium top 4. I don't mind that one little bit. Let's keep looking down. Giuliano, we already got him watch listed, so we can look at him as the season goes on. He's still likely a low elite, and that would be totally fine with me. So as we get farther down, this guy could be a medium top 4, Tero Latikainen. 64th overall as his central scout ranking. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping he's like 63 overall, medium top 4. I would consider that kind of a draft steal. We also have Rowan Barker. Bad shot utilization, but he could be some shit, right? Poise, work ethic, those are his strengths, man. Mr. Par Eriksson, 5 years out. He's an overager, though. Well, that must mean he's got to be pretty damn good. Noah Standard. It's a cool name. I like it. But no, that's gotta be pretty good though. He's a second round pick goaltender who is an overager. He could be 20 years old by the time the draft happens. He's a serious overager, but he is still technically or not a second round pick, an early third round pick. How many frickin' Stromes are there? All right. So they want Tara Vinen and Lindholm. And they want to give me Jaeger and a second. So at the trade deadline, if we're in like a really rough spot, you know what I mean? I might honestly sell to get back in the frickin' draft again. My God. But it's all a question of like, who do you want to get rid of? Like, I don't really want to get rid of anyone. You know? So we're done January. Moving into February, something I definitely want to look at, though. Nylander still leads the team with 43 points in 50 games. Something I do want to look at is our contracts to see if he really, he does want to come back. That's good. Kopi has dropped. He is officially a second line center. So I'm done with him after this year. Pierre-Luc Dubois does not want to come back, but he's an RFA, so it's not up to him. Trotter, he has been injured for 21 games now, and he's still not coming back for another 5 or 6. So that's bad. He missed a lot of time this year. We lost a lot of guys for a lot of time. So what would William Nylander want? 7 years, 8.95. I kind of have no problem with that. I'd like him for 7 years for, say, like 8 and a quarter. 7 years, 8.25 million. I got no beef with that. I would give you that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Noah Hannafin wants to come back. He has 12 points, and he's a minus 11. That the problem is I do like you, man. I do like you, right? Alec Martinez, probably going to drop a little bit more this year. I could bring him back as a third pairing guy. You know what I mean? We'll see what he would want. $4 million for 1 year. I'm not giving you that. Like, not on your life. Austin Wagner has 16 points. Is a plus on that fourth line. I like Wagner. Maybe we'll keep him around a little bit. I could get him, honestly, for probably 1.3 for 2 years. I got no beef with that. Tendies, how's Bob doing? He played 5 games with us as an 887 and a 301. Oh, man. Stuart Skinner's still been the better goaltender so far. Oh, man. But that's fine. Like I said, Bobrovsky, it's down the stretch. He's got 90 poise. So down the stretch, he should really steal us some games later on in the season. You know what I mean? So we just offered a couple of contracts. I'm going to skip on ahead basically to like the middle of February, and then Jermaine Trotter should be back. Austin Wagner decided to come back. William Nylander's back. Who else do we got? No one else, eh? Okay, hold on. Jermaine Trotter is available to play in the team's next game. I'll wait until after the New York game. And there we go. Now we can put him back in, and we're about to beef up our offense quite a bit. We have been above 500 in our last 10 games, 5-4-1, without our super rookie. So what if I could... Like, there's just no one I'd want to move. What if I actually... You know what? Man, what if I moved... Dubois to center and moved like Kopitar to the third line. He fits everywhere. That's the thing, right? Move Kopi to the third line. Move Wagner back down to the fourth. Remove Svetch and put Jermaine Trotter back out there. That's supposed to be a +5, I think. Or was... what am I doing? Connor Bedard, Tara Vinen, Connor Bedard, and Willie Nee. I don't want to split that lineup because it is the best line on this team. Like, look at this. Tara Vinen has 41 points. Connor Bedard's got 30. Willie Nee has 48. Hurdle's got 40 points. Dubois has 33. And Trotter has 29 points in 29 games. So I'm really hoping he can get back to form. I think this shores up our bottom 6 quite spectacularly, but I got to take a look at this now. So we got Nylander, Dubois, Trotter, Sergey Bedard, Tara Vinen, Kopitar, Kostin, Hurdle, Phi. Kopi's playing 22 minutes a game, and that's kind of unacceptable. So what if instead I moved Mr. Tomas Hurdle here? And honestly, I think you take someone like a Jack Roslovic and maybe put... I don't want to move Nylander off that line, right? So it's not going to be Roslovic. What about Dylan Coughlin? Nah, he doesn't really work either, eh? No, I think it's going to end up being Kopitar. Basically, I think it has to be Kopi. He plays way too much. He's on like every damn power play. He's on like every damn penalty kill. It's like Kopitar, man. He's playing 22 minutes a game and he's 36. That's insanity. Oh, man. He's got the exact top 9. He is a very, like, multi-purpose guy. He's got, like, no durability left whatsoever, though, and I think we probably are overusing him quite substantially. But it's like, he's a champion. He's a multi-time champion. It's like he's got that special DNA, man. So I'm really hoping. Now that we got Jermaine Trotter back, we've got Bobrovsky down the stretch, I'm really hoping this team picks it up. So here we go. Let's finish off February. We got a win. There's a loss. There's a win. There's a loss. There's a loss. Damn. There's a win. Come on, boys. Another win. We're 1 game below 500. So it's all a question of, like, what do we want to do at the deadline? It's like William Nylander picking it right back up again, getting closer to a point per game. I'm hoping if we can, like, stay healthy, stay strong here, we can maybe push into maybe a wild card spot. I mean, if you look, Sabres got a wild card 73 and 70. We're 8 points out of the playoffs with 19 games to go. We'd have to go on a hell of a run. And it's like this year, man, our first round draft pick or whatever is kind of a write-off. I'm almost wondering if we should trade away a prospect and a future first round pick, like a first round pick from like 3 years from now or something, and a prospect, and just try and get back into the first round, right? Even if we don't have a great first round pick, like I'm sure we can get back into the first round. So what I'm going to do now is advance day one more past the Vancouver game, go to the trade deadline, and I am going to take a peek at what we can do. So I want to look at some of the higher up teams, like maybe Edmonton, something like Winnipeg, maybe St. Louis, maybe Montreal, a team that's technically not in the playoffs, but they are above 500. I think you go for like Buffalo, Buffalo, Washington, San Jose, Winnipeg, something like that. Maybe look at one of those teams. So I'm going to say conservative buyer, enter trade deadline, and see what we're dealing with here, man. Sid Crosby is on the damn block. They want a top 2 defenseman. That's not going to happen. Top 2 defenseman. So for Gino Kuznetsov, they would want a first round draft pick. Like most of these guys are expiring, though. That's the thing, right? And Matthias Ekholm, Evander Kane, Driegs. They want a top defensive prospect. I'm going to go propose a trade of my own. First, we're going to go to Winnipeg. And we're going to see they have their own first round draft pick. We got 2 second round draft picks this year. So we could use those to move up at the draft if we can get this first round draft pick. You know what I mean? So I think you go to like 2027 kind of thing and give them our first round draft pick like 3 years from now. And on top of their first round draft pick, I might be able to pick up their second round draft pick. So we could see if that'll work. Let's do it. Trade accepted. There you go. We're back in the first round this year. Now we just got to hope that Winnipeg falls off the map and has a really, really rough time. I know that we've kind of wrecked ourselves a little bit when it comes to future draft picks. I want to take a peek. I'm not trading anyone right now. I just want to take a peek at what our draft picks do look like. So we have Winnipeg's first, New Jersey's second, Vancouver's second, Winnipeg's second. So we're way back in this draft. And then nothing till the 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds. The next year, first round pick, yes, we have our own. Second round pick, we have our own. 4th round pick, 5th round pick, 6th round pick. Vancouver's 6th round pick, and our own 7th. So we're missing a 3rd, but we have an extra 6th. So we have 7 picks at that draft, right? 2026, we have our 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We have everything. And then 2027, we have no first round pick, and that's it. 2028, no first round pick. And then 2029, back to normal again. So we have 2 years in a row with no first round pick. By that point, I'm really expecting this team to be an absolute every year, Stanley Cup contender every damn year. By that point, And our first round pick is basically like an early second round pick anyway. But all we can hope for at this point is that Winnipeg falls off the map, has a really bad final 20 games and drops out of the playoffs and actually becomes, Dean Kukin. What do we got, baby? He's 80 overall defensive defenseman. We don't know where he fits, though. I almost want to claim him, though. I kind of think I do. 2 years at 2.8. He could fit everywhere, and if he doesn't, we just send him down to the minors and beef up our minor league team a little bit. So Dean Kukin, I think that's one you take all day, man. And now we go to edit lines, where I'm sure our lines are all kinds of screwed up. Oh, not really, eh? Oh, because we didn't add or subtract any roster players, right? So Dean Kukin, I wonder if he, well, we don't know, right? Victor Mete, we know fits everywhere. So now we go down here where Dean Kukin fits on the second pairing here in the minors. He's 30 years old. I wish Mikhail Mironov would have grown. Or was he 66? I think for the moment, I'm going to leave everything as it is. Liam Howell is officially NHL ready. I would like to move him up, though. That third line seems like it's really, really tough to get any kind of friggin' any kind of line chemistry on. It seems like it's very difficult. Now we got Jeff Clymer, the sniper. That's right. So, where does Alan McShane fits on the third line? Lapidov is a sniper as well. So what if I was to put these two guys up here? There. With Johnson Fialbi, we got Alan McShane as our center. And Jeff Clymer, my boy, 7th round pick a couple of years ago. Up on that third line. Maybe he can grow a little better. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Anyway, that's probably what we're going to go with. We got my boy Tucker Tynan killing it in the minors. Look at this guy. 73 overall. It's going to be 2 years. He's going to be in the NHL. Adam Huska's doing well. Stuart Skinner, 37 games played. Still not terrible stats. Bob's stats are coming right back. Like I said, we'd have him for one more season, and that's it. We are going to have to drop some cap this year, but I mean, I think with Kopi probably on his way out, we might bring him back for one more year, but he's not going to be like a number one guy. You know what I mean? So we got Kopitar's already down to 84 overall. He's likely going to be like a third line guy, but like a really solid third line guy. He would want, I could maybe get him for 3.5 for a year, probably more like 3 3/4 for a year. But for a third line guy like Kopitar, who has 90 poise, he's won multiple cups, it's I think it might be kind of worth it, right? So we're back in the first round regardless. We're hoping for Winnipeg to have a really bad season, and that's all it is, right? We're hoping for Winnipeg to have a really bad end of the year. So we are moving on ahead, and now I officially don't really give a crap what happens at the end of the season. Oh, man. But if we could go on a bit of a tear, that'd be kind of unreal. Look at this. Now suddenly we're on a 5-game winning streak. We're winning all the games now. Jesus, what a winning streak. Are you joking? Dude, we just won 9 games in a row. Holy, that's wild. And we're still winning. Matt, I'm going to say best lines, honestly. Wow, what a month. So, in the month of March, we went 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 8-2, 8-1, 8-1-3. We went 9-1-3 in the month of March. Wow. And I betcha if I was to go and look, Sergey Bobrovsky probably had a hell of a time. But we are still 6 points out of that playoff spot. We're likely going to miss the playoffs this year, but we're likely to barely miss the damn playoffs this year. You know what I mean? Look at this. Jermaine Trotter getting back into the lineup. He's got 46 points in 50 games this year. The 21-year-old is going to be looking to get paid this year. Oh my, that's wild. Cameron Fye jumps up to 81 overall. Next year, he will be a legitimate top 4 defenseman. Noah Hannafin, he's not doing that great. Look at Dylan Coughlin, though, man. He's got medium top 6 defense potential. He's got 10 goals on that blue line. Hampus Lindholm, he's come back from those injuries. He's stayed healthy. He's having a decent enough season. Now, Mikhail Sergachev has not missed a game, but he's kind of having a rough one, man. You know what I mean? He's 87 overall, but he only has 26 points. Now we go to goaltenders, where Stuart Skinner has a 9.12 and a 2.67. I think we know who our starter is next year. And we got Sergey Bobrovsky, who now in 19 games is looking really, really solid. He's played a lot of games for us since he got here, man. So, honestly, let's get to the end of the season. I think playoffs are pretty much out of the question, but we have definitely improved. We had a really rough start to the year, and a lot of that was due to some serious injury problems, and then we went on a 5-game losing streak to end it. But we finished above 500. We've beefed up this team a little bit. We have got a little bit of security now, having Mr. William Nylander on a 7-year contract extension. He led our team in points. William Nylander has been a monster. So let's take a peek. I actually want to take a more in-depth look here too. We ended up 8th out of 9? Yeah, 8th out of 9 teams in our division. Tampa steamrolled the division, right? So let's go and find ourselves. Where did we end up in the scheme of things here? And Winnipeg finished. Come on. They finished top 10 in the NHL. God damn, that's brutal. It was literally just the top 16 teams that made it. We ended up 24th. That's better than 33rd. We weren't 33rd before. We were like 30th or something. And we made it to 24th from 33rd. So, goals for per game. We are 8th. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd in the league in goals for per game. But we had a lot of injury problems that plagued us for quite a damn while this year. And then we got goals against per game. Oh, we're looking at the wrong thing. So, for fewest goals against per game, we're 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Holy! So, we are slightly below average in every category. Our power play was 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. So, kind of middle of the pack, slightly above average, I guess. Well, I'd say just average. Didn't have a ton of shorthanded goals, but our penalty kill maybe wasn't as bad. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. Oof. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Oh, 26th place penalty kill. That's brutal. We were a lot better at home than we were away, and we went 3-5-2 to end after going, 9-1-3 in the month of March. We then went like 0-6-1 in April for whatever goddamn reason. Whoops, I went too far out there. We do got to take a quick look here at everybody's stats, see how everybody ended the season. We got Mr. William Nylander with 68 points. I got no beef with that. I don't think he was worth $10 million, but he's certainly going to be worth the 8.3 next year. Our team is just going to keep building, keep getting better. Mr. Teuvo Teravainen with a brilliant 59 points on that second line. We got him for 2 more years. Tomas Hertl with 57 points this season. He missed a couple of games, had 54. He's pretty standard, man. I mean, he's doing pretty decently here in Sault Ste. Marie. He is our number 1 center. He has been for a couple of years now. We got him for 5 more years after this year. Don't know that we hold on to him the whole time. You know what I mean? I think Connor Bedard could very, very quickly take that number 1 center spot from Mr. Tomas Hertl, making him very, very expendable. So we could take that Winnipeg draft pick. I don't know that I'd want to move Hertl yet, though. But I think he might move to the second line soon. I mean, we got Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's looking really solid. I would kind of like to hold on to him, keep him as a second liner. But it's like, yeah, Connor Bedard. He had 24 goals, 41 points. He was a half a point per game in his rookie season. He's looked good, you know. He looked pretty damn solid. He was the second overall pick. But this year, the big one is definitely going to be Jermaine Trotter. He only played 55 games this year, but he had 50 points. So his points per game totals absolutely skyrocket this year. He had 50 points without missing a game last year. He had 50 points in 55 games this year. He missed 27 games. And he still had 50 points. He's just better. He's just getting better every day. So that's definitely something that I like to see, right? Aya Fallow playing only 13 minutes a night. He's looked pretty damn good, though. His contract is up. I don't know that we're going to keep Aya Fallow. We might just build through free agency a little bit. Klim Kostin looked relatively solid. He had 28 points. I expected a little more out of him, but I'm kind of fine with what he did. Sergachev did not get any points after we checked last time. Wagner on the fourth line, 25 points. Not bad. Hampus Lindholm missed 23 games and still had 24 points. Nothing wrong with that. I just hope he doesn't go down. Dylan Coughlin, great season for Coughlin. Roslovic had a rough one. He could drop after this year. Alec Martinez really fallen off the map. I'm thinking he's probably done now. Noah Hannafin with only 18 points, and he was a -7. Cameron Fye, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points, and he was not a minus. So I'm thinking Cameron Fye is probably going to be 82 or 83 overall next year. Really thinking he's probably moving into that top 4. Dominic Cahoon. Svechnikov did get himself into 27 games, and he looked relatively solid. He had 11 points in 27 games on the fourth line. Victor Mete looked perfectly respectable in the 21 games he got into. And let's see, goaltending. Stuart Skinner, baby, 9-12 and a 2.65 with 4 shutouts in 47 games. On a team that didn't make the playoffs, he had pretty decent numbers. Sergey Bobrovsky, 21 games played, but look at this. He went 12-6-2 since we picked him up. He won games. That's what I was saying. 90 points. Say what you will about Bobrovsky. He wins games. He wins the game. The team wins when he is on the ice. So let's take a peek at the entire league where Nate McKinnon, yet a flippin' again. Look at this. Over 100 points, 3 seasons in a row. The 28-year-old, 6 years, 12 and a quarter. Patty Kane, the 35-year-old, still putting up 100-point seasons. Alex DeBrincat way up there. Cooch, Rantanen. Man, where is freaking... Yeah, like Panarin, Ike. Where is McDavid, man? Kaprizov, what did he get up to? High elite. Oof, that's craziness. McDavid, 82 games played, 79 points. Oh, this game hates McDavid, man. God, this game has always hated Connor McDavid so much. I was about to say, why is his poise at 96? But Edmonton won the cup last year. Look at this. Alex Ovechkin, still exact elite at 38 years old. What a monster. 9.5 million, 48, 886 goals next season. Ovi is blowing his way through 900 goals. Wow, that's wild. That is craziness, man. And he's probably going to hit 1,650 points too, which ain't no small matter. Wow, so there you go. Now the big question becomes, what did the AHL team do? Jan Drog, he was our leading fella. 106 points for the Sudbury Aces. So they're in the playoffs. So let's take a peek at what is going on in the playoffs, baby. Next year, we're so in. Build back Beefy, baby. First game, first win. There we go. Second game, second win. This is a big scoring team, man. This is a team that scores flipping goals. Nice 3-game sweep. Let's move on. What do we got? AHL playoff round complete. Up against, what is that, the Cleveland Monsters, man. Another win. Oh, another win. Is this team going to go to the finals and just absolutely decimate? Oh, man. Another one. Another sweep. There you go. 7 games in, 7 games out. We got her done. Going into the third round of the AHL playoffs. Up against, what is that? Springfield or something? There's our first loss of the playoffs. Second loss of the playoffs. Ooh, there's a win. There we go. Down 2-1 in the series. Matt Phillips is gonzo. Another win. It's tied up at 2. Down 3-2. And we win, pushing Game 7. Best lines. Now let's see what we can accomplish here. Oh, we lost in 7, but we made it to the 3rd round of the damn playoffs. So what I'm going to do is I am going back to the NHL. I am going to simulate on ahead to see who wins the Stanley Cup. Here we go. Is it Toronto or is it Colorado comes back from 2 games to nothing down and wins the Stanley Cup? So there you go, folks. Colorado he finally gets it. So we are going to, re-sign in Sault Marie. And let's see what we can accomplish. So the Rockford Ice Hogs win the Calder Cup. The Colorado Avalanche win the Stanley Cup. Oh, man. So, you know what? There's still going to be one more instance where we can view the draft class. So I am going to simulate on up ahead to like the 19th. 93 million is the salary cap. We went from like 10 games below 500 to 2 games above 500. First of all, I am going to see. So Calgary got the number 10 pick with our draft pick. Carolina wins the lottery. Seattle number 2, Pittsburgh number 3, LA number 4, Columbus number 5. Oh man. I was still kind of upset that Winnipeg just like suddenly was this juggernaut team, you know. But I am going to go to view draft class one last time. We'll take a little peek-ski-week-ski. I don't think we're going to be getting Jaden Karkner. He is like franchise potential Milan Lucic, which is pretty wild. We got 3 gems right off the hop. I wouldn't mind getting Miles Rintoul. Nice 2-way left defenseman. You got to stock your team with those elite defenders, right? But I'm thinking if we do this proper, we might be able to get it. Because we're probably going to end up with what? The 21st, 22nd overall pick? Yeah, probably like the 21st overall pick. So we could move up a couple of spots. Maybe get like Taro Rask or something. Or Kai Taipalis. Lacks size, but he's good to go. Or we could move up a bunch of spots. Get like Yves Jelena. 1 year out, Al McInnes, blah, blah, blah. Or move up a bunch of spots. Maybe John Bowie. Maybe Justin Bell. Justin Bell could be a fun one. Get a big defensive defenseman. You got Cameron McDonald. Medium top 6 potential. 6'3", 217 pounds. 2-way forward. But bad character. I don't like that. Not at all. Jalen Alcock. Number 6 pick. He's NHL ready and he's medium elite. And he's the number 6 pick. We could maybe move up and get like a move from number 21 spot. Maybe try and find a way to get into that top 10 or something, right? Give up that 21st pick. Give up one of our second round picks. Maybe even 2 of our second round picks. We got a bunch of picks at this draft again. Or we could suck it up and we could go for Emmanuel Dubois, 3 years out. Could be a top 4 defenseman. You know what I mean? Or we could even like move down at the draft, you know? I don't know. Trade this year's first round pick for another first round pick next year or something. I don't know. That's definitely something for us to think about and to figure out, man. Anyway, I know it was another disappointing year where we missed the playoffs. We got ourselves closer to the playoffs, and I think we're building ourselves a hell of a team here. I think starting next season, we're right back in the hunt. We're in the hunt for the playoffs. I don't want to just stack the team and then, you know, win the President's Trophy every damn year. I do want to build a team that we can use moving forward for a long period of time. You know what I mean? Anyway, that is going to do it for me for this one. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's new videos coming all the freaking time. And until next time, you beautiful melon farmers, have a good one.